Hello everyone. A very exciting time is soon to dawn on this channel. My dual Let's Plays of Phoenix Wright Trilogy and Chrono Trigger are ending at just about the same time. So, I thought I'd make this video for two purposes. To help catch all of you up on my schedule of when and what I'll be playing, and to determine what I'll be playing in the first place. So, yeah, the rate at which I upload videos is random and sporadic. You see, I can only record videos during a very specific circumstance, when I'm completely home alone. Needless to say, the recent quarantine business happening across the world has seriously impacted how often I can record. My current living space has my computer desk sitting right in the living room, / kitchen, / entrance hallway, / laundry room. So when I'm not home alone, it's always too noisy to record, and whenever it isn't noisy, recording videos would be way too much of a disruption for other people. They don't want to hear me talk with goofy voices and loud exclamations for hours on end. However, I do have some good news about that actually. There are some plans being formulated for a move cross-country into a new state, roughly a year from now. It's looking likely that I'll get a room of my very own for recording in. So, once the move happens, I'll be able to greatly increase the rate I upload videos. I'll miss Washington State to hell and back, but the new experiences will make it all worth it. So that's the matter of when I can record. But yes, indeed, what exactly am I going to be Let's Playing in the future, Well, I view my channel here as having two time slots. A primary slot which gets the most focus, and a secondary slot which serves as a small break from whatever I'm playing in the primary slot. Now, the future of the primary slot is set in stone for a good long while. Right now, it's occupied by the Phoenix Wright Trilogy. Now that I'm finishing that game, its replacement will be... drum roll, please. Fate Stay Night. Oh yeah. If you've heard of visual novels or are into anime in general, you've probably heard of this bad boy. It is a colossal visual novel, roughly comparable in length to the entire Phoenix Wright trilogy. And it is in fact split into 3 major story routes thanks to key narrative choices available throughout the game. Now, I'm actually slightly familiar with the Fate franchise, and I've actually made an attempt to read through the visual novel before. Now, I barely made any progress at all, but I'll save the deeper explanations of my history with it in the debut video of that Let's Play. Let's read? Let's play. Just know that I'm beyond excited to delve right into a decidedly more serious visual novel, with all sorts of lovely twists and turns and magical shenaniganry. Oh, but we're not done. Following Fate Stay Night, still in the primary time slot here, will be what has to be the most fun name to say in the world, the Danganronpa Trilogy. Now, this is also a visual novel series, to my best understanding. It's a highly interactive mystery-solving series, just like Phoenix Wright. And to that I say, hell yes. Beyond that, I know the mascot is this weird half-demon bear thing, and the name Danganronpa apparently translates to bullet objection, which I find to be just the right amount of stupid. Yeah, other than those things, I know absolutely nothing about the games. As with Fate, can't wait to give it a play. Yes. And then, after the Danganronpa Trilogy is done and over with, it's going to mark the grand return of more Phoenix Wright. Oh, that's right, fellas. There's way more to the series than just the first 3 games. So at the point we reach it, I'll be hungering to return and finish what I started. Hopefully by then, Capcom will have released another official collection of games for the world to enjoy. If they haven't, I'll still find a way to make it work. Yeah. So that's the entirety of the primary slot's foreseeable future. Oh, it's looking bright. I can't wait. Now that brings us to the secondary time slot. The beloved masterpiece Chrono Trigger is reaching its end, and that means tearfully parting with it. God, I love Chrono Trigger. So yes, the game to follow Chrono Trigger is a short one, and it was eagerly requested by a good friend on my Discord channel. It is Valhalla Cyberpunk Bartending Action. I know absolutely freaking nothing about this game, other than the fact it's some sort of visual novel, I think. It's about cyberpunk bartending, and it's roughly 12 to 13 hours long to beat. Pretty short for a visual novel, I think. So if I add on extra time for me reading everything out loud, the series will probably last about 14 or 15 videos. Because I do record in 1 hour long chunks. And that, my friends, brings us to the ultimate question. What comes after Valhalla? I've got to pick something new, but I just can't. I have so many great games to choose from right now. I've thought, but I just can't actually pick something. So I figured, why not leave the choice to you? Yes, you. In the description below, you'll find a link to a poll where you can place multiple votes for what you'd like to see me play next. Hey, hold on, come back. Get back, scroll back up here. Don't you go and vote just yet. I want to talk to you a bit about each of the options so you can make as informed a choice as possible. In the poll, you'll be able to place multiple votes. So really, just select everything you feel you'd be interested in watching a series of. The winner will be chosen precisely 7 days after this video goes live. Now then, here are your choices in alphabetical order. Game number 1 is Dark Messiah of Might and Magic. This is an older action RPG game made by Arcane Studios. You probably know as the creators of the wonderful Dishonored and Prey 2017 games. The latter of which I Let's Played on this channel earlier. Now, Dark Messiah. It is on my top 10 favorite games ever list. So this wouldn't be a blind Let's Play, more of a I can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid sort of Let's Play. I know the game well, and I would adore showing it off, showing why it's so incredible and underplayed. Just having a good old time all around. Seriously, I love this game to bits, it's amazing. So game number 2 is Dark Souls 3 Soul Level 1 Challenge Run. This too would not be a blind run. Sort of. I've played Dark Souls 3 to completion numerous times. What I have never done, however, is beat it without leveling up at all. Now, I consider myself to be, quote-unquote, good at video games. If I'm feeling frisky, I'd even say I'm, quote-unquote, good at the Dark Souls games. But a challenge run like this, I'm pretty dang sure I'd be pushed to my absolute limits. Like, past a certain point, everything in the game would one-hit kill me, and my damage would be mediocre at best. I would love the chance to play a great game I know well in an entirely new way that forces me to look at everything in a new light. Pick this game if you want me to suffer. Game number 3 is Disco Elysium. This is the first game on the list I'm 100% blind to. It's apparently a visual novel-like game that's actually framed as a classic RPG. Like, it has the same sort of top-down view, move around your character, allocate RPG stat mechanics to your stats, and make dialogue checks in the chat, or not the dialogues. But there's no combat whatsoever, which makes me want to just say it's like a fancy visual novel. It's just apparently completely walking around, making very interesting dialogue choices with people. And I would be down for that. Apparently the game is really, really good, because it won a shit ton of awards earlier. That's a drawback about being like 100% blind to something. Makes for great content when you play it, but When you're advertising it as an option in a poll, you can't really do a good sales pitch. Game number 4 is Hatoful Boyfriend. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm also 100% blind to it. This is a comedy dating simulator where every single character is a bird. Like a real-life-ass bird.jpg. Vote for this one if you want to see me chase after some hot bird cloaca. Game number 5 is Hollow Knight Steel Soul 100% Completion Challenge Run. This choice is also a challenge run like the Dark Souls 3 Soul Level 1 run, which is also on the poll. Now, Hollow Knight is a god-tier game of the Metroidvania genre. I love this game. I think it is absolutely goddamn freaking incredible. But for all the times I've played it, I have never touched its Steel Soul mode, which is, in other words, a permadeath mode. Oh yeah, if you fellas vote the most for this game, I'll be trying to complete it to 100% completion without dying once. One death at any point in the playthrough. Bam! Back to the beginning. Start all over. Needless to say, I'll be using some heavy editing if I do in fact die at any point. Just keep things interesting to watch. Pick this one if you want me to cry. Game number 6 is The House in Fata Morgana. I also hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm 100% blind to this as well, and it's apparently an absolutely stellar visual novel about... I have no idea what's about. For what I saw on the Steam store page for it, it seems to be a rather gothic and moody tale in tone. All I know about this game is that every time I've seen it mentioned on online forums and such, it's gotten the most glowing, unanimous praise I have ever seen in my life. Everyone who's played this game seems to love it with every fiber of their being, so yeah, I would be down to see what the hubbub's about. Game number 7 is... Oh god. Of all the things to pick. Okay, don't laugh, okay? Don't laugh. Hear me out. Game number 7 is... Minecraft. Hear me out, don't leave. Okay, I know the memes about Minecraft YouTubers, but hear me out. I haven't played the game in 9 years. Maybe 10. The last time I played the game, Endermen were freshly introduced. That's how long it's been. For all intents and purposes, this would probably be akin to a blind playthrough, minus the very annoying early stumbling blocks of figuring out the absolute basics. I know how to craft a chest, you know? And given that Minecraft is so popular and so great, who knows, maybe you guys would be interested in seeing a blind playthrough of Minecraft. If you vote for this, I'd be playing strictly single player, I think, with the goal of seeing all the content available and slaying the Ender Dragon, which I think is the final boss. I have absolutely no idea about anything that's been added to the game since I stopped playing 9 years ago. Now, the final game on the list, coming in at number 8, is Raging Loop. I don't know if anyone's heard of this, but this is a horror-themed visual novel that caught my eye on Steam. Yeah, you heard me. A horror visual novel. So from what I could glean with the concept, it's about a group of survivors hiding out in a monster-infested rural Japanese town, and the protagonist is caught in a Groundhog's Day-like time loop, hence Raging Loop. This concept sounds rad as hell, and I'm sure we're in for a good time if you vote for this. Alright, yeah, that's it. I formally give you permission to head into the video description and check out the poll. Remember, you can vote for everything that interests you, so pick as many as you like. The winner will be chosen precisely 7 days from now. It's going to be a little bit before the game will be played, of course, because we've got to get through Valhalla, but I can't wait to see what you guys pick. So yeah, to recap everything, primary time slot is Phoenix Wright, followed by Fate, followed by Danganronpa, followed by Phoenix Wright. Secondary time slot is Chrono Trigger, followed by Valhalla, followed by a game of your choice. Wait, did I say Valhalla was in the primary time slot? I meant primary time slot is Phoenix Wright, followed by Fate, followed by Danganronpa, followed by Phoenix Wright. Secondary slot is Chrono Trigger, followed by Valhalla, followed by a game of your choice. Yeah, that's it. I hope you're like me, and looking forward to a very bright future indeed. So, yeah, that's all I have to say, I think. I'm Zephyr the Jester. I thank you for listening and voting, and hopefully I'll catch you later. So until then, please take care.